Kevin Gordon here for Mazda Savant. Something a little bit different, because we're coming to you from the 2014 Mazda CX-5, a car that we've reviewed already in a bit of detail, but there's one major change that they've made to the Mazda, and that's the fact that now it comes with an extra half liter of displacement. A little bit different today, and the reason I point that out is, unlike most of the stuff we do here at the Auto Savant channel on YouTube and even at autosavant.com, is we're not really big on picking a best in a category. But when I started to think about the CX-5, what I realized was, when friends of mine ask me what car they should get, and it fits into a category where the CX-5 might fall, this is always my go-to pick. I really do think that the CX-5 is the nicest to drive, probably one of the better appointed cars that you can get in this price range. And what is this price range? Well, the mid-level spec of the CX-5, which you have to get to the 2.5 liter updated SkyActiv engine, comes in right at about $25,000. And at that price, with that set of feature content and the way this thing rides, drives, seats, all that kind of stuff, I really do think it's the best car in its category. An argument could be made, I guess, for the Subaru Forester, but for me, even though I'm a giant Subaru fan, I would actually go with the CX-5. So with that right out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what makes the updated version of this car different from the one that we tested last time. Of course, the biggest difference is an extra half liter of displacement. The 2.5 liter Mazda SkyActiv inline 4, that's a mouthful, churns at 184 horsepower and 181 foot-pounds of torque. Still not stellar numbers, but it takes a car that with the 2 liter engine is about a 10-second 0 to 60 car and turns it into about a 8.5 second 0 to 60 car. Let me tell you, the gap, even though it's a second and a half and doesn't seem that big, is enormous. It makes this car so that on the highway it's much more livable. It makes it so that even in the city it's just more pleasant on a day-to-day basis to drive. To give you an idea of just sort of moving along acceleration numbers, now that's 40, 50, 60, and sort of a rolling on acceleration. So still not stellar or all that fast, but really it's difficult to explain, I think, the improvement that this car feels over the previous iteration. Other major updates for the 14 CX-5 wind up being TomTom navigation built into the Grand Touring Edition. And the other feature that there is their new sort of city safety feature. It's one of these, if you're going less than 17 or 19 miles an hour and the car actually detects something in front of you, it will start braking on its own. I've tried to figure out how to get it to activate to be able to show you guys what it's sort of like and experience, but I haven't been able to do so in sort of my passive tests, sort of running up on something at low speeds and hoping that the brakes will turn on. I have to admit, I've chickened out every time. But it's interesting to know that for this car, comes in just over $30,000 with the upgraded tech package. For a car that's in that price range, you're getting blind spot detection, nav, you get decent sort of leather seats, you get that city safety feature, and you get something, it gets a highway number of 30 miles to the gallon in something that seats 5 for real, can store a decent amount of stuff. The CX-5 actually has a decent cargo area in the back, and it's not just that it gets that 30 mile per gallon number. It's the fact that in real world driving, we've been averaging right now 26.5 miles to the gallon. Let me tell you, we're always rough on cars, which means we're beating the EPA's combined estimate for this thing. And that's really a pretty impressive accomplishment by Mazda. So with that, our brief take on the updated 2014 Mazda CX-5. I'm Kevin Gordon for Auto Savant. Look forward to talking to you guys soon.